Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. I figured today I would do another little vlog style. It's so funny. It looks like I'm wearing the same thing as my last vlog, but I'm not. I don't understand how this happens. Every single day I get toothpaste on my clothes and I don't even brush my teeth with this on. I think it's when I'm helping Dallas brush his teeth in the morning, but how does that happen? Literally every day I get a spot in the freaking front of my shirt and do not realize it. But anyway, I'm in my storage unit. I'm going to put some stuff away that I have here that I photographed yesterday. I have 2 sales to pick up. Literally had 2 sales yesterday. And one of them technically was from today. It came in while I was sleeping last night. It is definitely the struggle bus over here. I don't know what the heck is going on. I think everybody's struggling, and I think that's why us in the reseller world are struggling, because people just don't have money to spend. But I am really feeling it, and I'm just like, honestly, I'm getting to a point where I'm low-key scared. Like, what? Am I going to have to get a job? Like, what? But anyway, I have a handful of things to put away. This I found, and I'm going to take this to my next market. I thought it was really cute. It is not real, obviously, but I thought the girlies would like it. And it has a tag on it still from some, like, Chinese brand. Fast fashion, but I thought the girlies would love that. And then I have a couple things that I am going to be putting for my antique mall. Have some summer dresses, this really cute floral shirt. This is kind of becoming a mess. I also brought this in here today. I'm going to be putting this in my antique mall. I thought this was super freaking cute. But yeah, about a week and I will be able to get in there, which is just nuts. So this will not be like this forever. This will be organized once I start tagging things, once I'm able to actually get in there. This stuff is things that I photographed yesterday. Oh, this as well. I thought was really cute. Oh, that's so cold. We're gonna I need to find somewhere to put that. But I have somewhat of an eventful day going on today. It's Friday. It is February 21st. I cannot believe that this month is almost over. I feel like January went so slow, and here we are almost at the end of February. This stuff I gotta put in here, and actually one of the sales that I have to pull is from here. Literally listed it like 2 days ago, and it is this packed sweatshirt. I did show it in a haul at the end of my last vlog, and this brand does so well. They sell all organic cotton items. This I had listed around $30. Somebody came in, used my coupon, and my sale, they paid around $25 for that. And then the second thing I sold yesterday, so depressing. This actually sold pretty early in the morning. Pair of Lucky Brand dungaree jeans. This sold on Depop for $20. This sold on eBay. I did not say that. So I had one eBay, one Depop sale yesterday. I am just like trying not to freak out about it, trying to stay positive, but this is crazy. I honestly cannot remember the last time that things were this slow. Even in the summertime when it's summer slowdown, things were not this bad. Literally, you guys, my 7-day total on eBay is under $200. And it is normally over $500. Like, it's almost usually pushing between $500 and $1,000. Right now, it's under $200. And I'm thinking and I'm hoping that the big eBay change that they just did with the new pre-owned clothing outliers, where they're like have a scale of how good the item is, kind of like Mercari, that went into effect yesterday, kind of randomly. They didn't even really warn us. They just did it. But I feel like when they do a lot of work on the back end, it really affects things on the front end for us sellers, which is unfortunate and it really just sucks. But one thing I've been kind of doing to try to counteract this is, for one, I've been really trying to list consistently 15 items a day between Monday and Friday. I know over the past month, January and the beginning of February, I really was not being consistent. I was, but not as good as I should have been. Like, some days I would list 15. The next day I would list 5 because something came up or I was just busy. I'm really trying to focus and list 15 items a day. It's really hard when you're doing this by yourself, when you're a single mama, when you have so many freaking things on your plate, but I'm not going to use it as an excuse. You know, I need to focus, prioritize. And yesterday, admittedly, I didn't list 15 items. I ended up meeting up with a friend that I haven't seen in like months and months. We got coffee in the morning and then ended up sitting there talking for 3 hours. So that was half my day yesterday, and I managed to still come home and list 10 items. So I'm going to try to make up for the other 5 today. But the 2 days before that, I have been listing 15 items a day. So another thing I have been doing to kind of counteract that, I mean, that really isn't counteracting it. That is just me doing my listings as I should be. But I have been going through my old summer listings, old dresses and old skirts more specifically. I've been reworking the title, reworking the price if it has to be, adding more keywords, delisting it and relisting it on all platforms. And that honestly, I feel like has helped. In fact, the one day, 2 days ago, something sold immediately on Poshmark after I delisted and relisted it, adjusted the price, adjusted the title. So I know it works. It just takes time to do that. But that is my biggest goal for the next week. And I am also thinking about adding another platform to my plate. Why not? Why not just add another platform? Vendoo makes it so easy. So I actually think I'm going to start listing on Facebook Marketplace to ship. I tried in the past, but didn't have the best luck, so I just kind of stopped. But my friend Mallory has such good luck listing and selling things on Facebook Marketplace. Back then also, I really wasn't selling vintage clothing, and I feel like a lot of vintage clothing sells well for shipping on Facebook Marketplace. So I tried to start that yesterday. Unfortunately, there was a little bump in the road. They are having like a little glitch in their system because they are no longer giving people prepaid labels. You have to just ship on your own, which is totally fine. But because of that, they're working on things in the back end. So when I tried to add my shipping information, it didn't work. It wouldn't let me add payment information. I actually live chatted with an agent. They ended up calling me a few minutes later and let me know like, hey, I checked your account. Your account's good to go. You definitely can sell on here, but we're making a lot of changes and that's probably why it's glitching. So basically they told me to check back in a couple days, keep checking to see when I can do that. So that's unfortunate, but out of my control, nothing I can really do. But I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna ship and package these 2 measly old sales. Oh my gosh. And then my goal for today is to obviously list 15 items. And then there's actually an indoor yard sale happening today, about 20 minutes from me. And it actually starts like right now at 8 o'clock. I originally was going to be going there around 8 o'clock, but I'm like, no, you know what? Let me go home. Let me package my sales. Let me, eat. Let me get some coffee in me. I'm actually meeting somebody up there at their vintage shop because I bought a vintage denim vest from them that I have to pick up. And it's in the same area. So I'm like, why would I go up there so early if I'm not meeting that person until 12 o'clock? So that is the plan for today. I'm gonna bring you guys along as much as I can. I don't know if you can hear it, but we have like guard geese, I call them. A lot of times the geese are just sitting up here on the ledge. Also, later today, I had an old coworker reach out to me. I really hope that heat is not too loud. It's literally 27 degrees. It's so cold. That's actually warmer than it's been. It's been like 15, 20 degrees. Anyway, an old coworker of mine reached out to me yesterday and was like, hey, I have a bunch of clothes that I want to get rid of. Me and my wife just went through our closet, but instead of donating them, I would love to donate them to you. And he actually lives very close to me. I did not realize it. So I'm like, heck yeah, I really freaking appreciate it. I have no idea like what he's going to give me, but it's free. And so I'm going to meet up with him around 2:30 this afternoon. And maybe we will kind of go through the stuff that he gave me together, see what goodies I have. I'm always accepting of free inventory, things that people don't want. Like I'm always accepting of it and appreciate it greatly, especially during these times when things are so slow. I don't know about y'all, but the first thing I do when I get home is make coffee. Like I'm always like craving it by the time I get back home from pulling my sales, which I know is bad. It's definitely a bit of an addiction, but definitely could be addicted to worse things. I've still really been enjoying these frothy coffees that come with this little froth pack. They're cheaper on Amazon, but sometimes they're not in stock. Something I have also been really enjoying both during the day and in the evening, mostly in the evening, but sometimes during the day when I'm like, oh man, I could really use another cup of coffee, something warm. Like there have been days where I've drank 3 cups of coffee, which I know is not great. It's pretty bad. But I've really been enjoying hot tea. These are the 2 that I have tried recently, and they have been so good. Really been enjoying them. Even my kids have been enjoying a hot tea, so I know that is much better for you than always drinking coffee. Cheers. Something about that first sip is just so good for the soul. Boss is making sure everything's good, making sure I'm doing my work properly. Also making sure these guys across the street are doing their work properly. All right, my 2 measly old sales are packaged up. That is actually so depressing, you guys. I'm hoping my Monday I have a lot more going out, but I'm gonna sit them downstairs for my mailman to pick up. So grateful that I don't have to run to the post office every single day to drop these off. So I think I'm gonna give myself until around 9 o'clock. I'm gonna eat some breakfast. That is a must. And then I'm going to try to photograph some items before I leave to go to this indoor yard sale. I'm low-key a little bit nervous just because I don't know what to expect. And it's not in my town, it's like in the next town over, which is fine. But I don't want to drive there and it be a complete flop, and then I have hours to waste until 12 o'clock when I have to meet that guy for the thing I bought. So don't know what to expect. It says it's an indoor yard sale, but I don't know if it's actually going to be yard sale prices or if things are going to be overpriced, because I'm pretty sure that everybody has their own space, kind of like my markets, but like yard sale style. I don't really know, but it says there's clothing, vintage items. It's in a pretty big place called the Columbia Market House. So I really don't know what to expect, but I want to try to get some work done before I do go there. And it is today and tomorrow, so I want to get there as early as possible because I'm sure other resellers are thinking the same thing. Anyway, I will chat with you guys a little bit later. I'm going to probably bring you guys along into that yard sale, and we'll be surprised together at what it's like. So before I eat breakfast or anything, I'm going to cross-list a couple listings from Vendoo that I photographed yesterday. It looks like I have about 10 to do. Actually, yeah, so everything that I photographed yesterday, I did not yet cross-list. Sometimes I will cross-list them the same day. Sometimes I will cross-list them the next day. A lot of times I try to do it first thing in the morning before I do anything else after my sales are packaged. So these are the 10 items that I listed yesterday. I'm really trying to steer away from the sweaters, as hard as it is, but Vendoo makes it so easy. Let me show you guys. Start with this one. I always copy the title because I have to put it into my Depop description. We add tags, vintage. This is hard with one hand. Grandma core, cottage core, wearable art, and retro. I also use the word retro a lot with vintage for my tags, but I really try to put 5 in here. Depop, you can use 5 tags. Sweatshirts, my cost of goods was $4.33 for that round. That was a little bit of a higher cost of goods this day, but for the most part, everything gets transferred over to Poshmark. Super easy to list. Moving on to Mercari. Unfortunately, Morning Sun apparently is not a brand in a lot of marketplaces, even though it's definitely a popular brand. I find it all the time. So in that case, I'll just put American Vintage. No, the buyer does not get free shipping. Sorry about it. Not sorry. And I know I'm moving pretty quickly, but this is literally how fast I move. And it's very annoying to me that Depop can only take 8 pictures, but it's totally fine. Vintage, pre-loved, 90s, cottage, boho, retro, XXL. And then I have been adding worldwide shipping options on Depop as well. And then moving on to the next one. That's how fast I can cross-list one listing onto 3 different platforms. This sweater was so freaking cute. I could not leave it behind. Like, I just couldn't say no. I'm really trying to be strict with my grandpa sweaters, with my sweaters in general. I couldn't say no to that. Now, like I said, Depop only allows 8 photos. So, like, for instance, this right here is the last measurement photo that I have in there, and unfortunately it's not going to fit. So normally I will just delete one of these other photos. That way my measurement photo can fit in Depop. Sometimes I have so many photos that I don't want to delete in Depop, so I will just go down to the description and put the measurements in there instead, just in Depop. I really wish they would allow you to have more listings. That and binding offers are the 2 major flaws about Depop, in my opinion. For instance, this one, as you can see, both of these measurement photos would be cut off, and I could definitely take some of these photos out, but I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is look at this. 30 is the length, 24 is the pit to pit. So I always have C photos for measurements in inches, but instead of that, I will delete that, put pit to pit, 24 inches. Pit to pit, 24, shoulder to hem, 30 inches. And then, of course, pasted the title at the top. That is very, very important with Depop. You always want to put the title at the very top of your description because they don't really have a place for your title, unfortunately. And you may be wondering, girl, how the heck do you remember your cost of goods for all of these trips? Because now I'm on a different trip and my cost of goods was only $2.02. And sometimes I remember it off the top of my head. Sometimes I don't. This is why also it's important to me that I work through one trip at a time. I don't like go back and forth. So, you know, first thrifted is what I first want to be listing. But keep a separate spreadsheet for every quarter. This is my Q1 expenses. At the top, I have, you know, eBay store, poly mailers. I also put my flea market profits over there, which you don't even want to see that. It's so bad this past month. But all of my fees that I have to pay for, this is where I keep track of it. And then I keep track of my cost of goods down here. And then also we'll put the average right here, as you could see. So it is very easy for me to keep track of what I spent, where, for what trip, what was my average per trip. That way, when I come into Vendoo to list my listings, I'm very thankful that Vendoo has a space for your cost of goods right here. That way, when items sell, I know what the cost of goods was. Like, there's no way when this item sells in a month that I'm going to remember what I paid for it. So that makes things just so much easier. So this is the only spreadsheet that I keep outside of Vendoo. Everything else, Vendoo allows me to print spreadsheets from. Sales information, inventory, all of that good stuff I can literally print straight from Vendoo. Okay, so that was my last listing. That took me about 10 to 15 minutes to cross list 10 items onto 3 different platforms. I always start my listings on eBay because it has the most item specifics to fill out. I'm the most used to it. I could do it really fast on my phone nowadays. So I start my listings on eBay and then I will import them to Vendoo and then cross list everything from Vendoo into my other platforms, Mercari, Poshmark, and Depop. And like I said, I plan on adding Facebook as well, hoping for a little more action, a little more sales from different platforms. But it is 8:50 now. I actually had high hopes that I would be out of here by 9 o'clock. Don't think that's gonna happen. I do need to eat some breakfast. I don't think I'm gonna take any photos before I leave. I'm kind of stuck as to what to do because I want to get to this yard sale early just because that's the best thing to do in our situation as resellers. You know, you want to get to places as early as possible to get the best things. But I'm also like, again, I don't want to show up and it be a flop and then I have to drive home and then I have to drive back up there this afternoon. So I'm going to eat some breakfast and kind of think about what my plan is next. I do have to do laundry today as well. Funny story, not so funny, but I tried to do it yesterday, and the laundry in my building is in the basement. This is basically a house that was converted to different apartments, and our laundry is quarter operated in the basement. Well, it's been so cold that apparently the pipes have froze, and the laundry was not working yesterday. This has happened in the past, apparently like a month ago. So I did not realize it until I put my quarters in, $2 worth of quarters. I went to start it. I actually left the house. Like I said earlier, I left and was gone for like 3 hours. I came back and realized, oh wait, this actually never filled up. It never ran. So I tried to run it again and realized, oh crap, this is not filling up with water. Pretty sure the pipes are frozen. So I texted my friend who is my downstairs neighbor, and she's like, yep, that's probably it. So I'm going to reach out to her later because in her apartment, she is right above the laundry room. She can usually hear when the water's running through the pipes when people are doing laundry. So I'm going to reach out to her and be like, have you heard anybody doing laundry? I really want to do some today. I try to do my laundry when my kids are not home. It's just so much easier, especially because I have to go to the basement. And I'm really trying to avoid having to take it to the laundromat because that's the last thing I want to do today. But if I have to, I have to. I might end up just waiting until tomorrow. I know it's supposed to warm up a little bit over the next couple days, but I'm really, really hopeful that I'm able to do laundry at some point today. That has been stressing me out. I have like 2 loads worth. Dallas's favorite blanket is in there, and it has been for a couple days because I planned on doing it 2 days ago and never actually did it. Just so much I want to get done today. But first, we gotta feed the bod so I have energy to do all that stuff. I accidentally broke one of my yolks. So sad. Comment down below, what do you guys call these type of eggs? Here in Pennsylvania, we call them dippy eggs because, you know, you dip into them. But I know a lot of other places they're called sunny side up. But between the avocado and the egg, this breakfast is made of gold. Prices are just so high. This is a breakfast of gold. So I'm here, right there, that brick building. I have no idea what to expect, seriously. So I'm going to bring some bags with me. I don't know, but I have to pay the meter, which is always just so funny. That person didn't pay. But I hear that the meter maids down here are really bad. So we're gonna pay it like a good girl. Oh, okay. Or not. Okay. I guess not. Okay. So I know they have farmers markets a lot here. Yeah, I've never been in here, so. Definitely got a handful of things. So I'm gonna try to do a little car haul. Sorry for the weird lighting. I totally forgot until I walked into that place that I actually did a market here before. Like, I was walking around and I'm like, wait a minute, this looks so familiar. Yeah, I definitely did a market here at one point, and I don't know how it slipped my mind. I mean, I've done so many markets through the past year, so that's probably how. I am so sorry. I know this is kind of crooked. I don't really have a proper place to sit this in the car, but you guys saw that little kitty mug I showed at the beginning. That first vendor had a lot of like little cat stuff, and it really, I mean, there was not a lot of people there, but it was yard sale prices, not a lot of clothing. However, the last place, I mean, there was like probably 6 people set up, but the last place I stopped, I got a handful of items. This cute little silk scarf she had marked at 25 cents. This slinky skirt, it's like that Chico's Travelers material. It's not Chico's though, but it's definitely vintage. She had a lot of bigger size clothing. I thought this was so cute. Perfect for travel. People love this slinky material. And then I did get a Chico's Travelers slinky black dress. I'm so sorry for that lighting. Size 3, which is an XL. Love the V-neck. Somebody's walking by. But yeah, midi, love the V-neck, and people love the Chico's Travelers, especially for traveling, obviously, this time of year, going into summer. And then this piece was so cute. I kind of tried to show this, but it is by the brand Hot Cotton. Honestly, I didn't get it because of the brand, but it feels linen. I'm assuming it's cotton because of the name, but look at this little beachy print. I thought that was so freaking adorable. Actually, let me look at the material. Oh, it's linen and cotton. Okay, cool. And it's definitely older, made in the USA. This should do well. And then also from this stand, I got this thing, which I might give to my mom. It's honestly so freaking cute. I might save it for, I don't know, Mother's Day, something like that. Mom, if you're watching this, skip ahead like 30 seconds. But this thing, I thought it was so cute. I picked it up and I was like trying to figure out what it was, and she said, oh, it's a wine bottle holder, but I use it for a remote. But I'm like, look at this crab. Like, how freaking cool. It reminded me of my mosaics a little bit. This thing is heavy. Like, this thing is a freaking brick. They only had $1 on this. So I'm really happy about that. Like I said, probably gonna save that piece for my mom. We're big beach people. We love the beach. I just realized there's some eyes on there too. So freaking cute. And then the mug you guys saw, I'm not gonna pull that out. I'm trying to protect it with my other items so it doesn't break. Now that mug I am going to take to my antique mall for sure. Okay, I guess I will show it because it's kind of pulled out, but it's by Oneida, which is a decent brand. I know a lot of people like that brand. So I will be taking that to my antique booth, as well as these other things that I got. This, so freaking cute, from that first stand. She had a lot of cat stuff. Finished cross stitch. Oh my gosh, so freaking cute. And then, what is this? Oh, that's the top of the mug. I kept seeing stuff, like I gave her the stuff and I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then I'm like, wait a minute. And then I saw another thing and I'm like, hold on, I want this too. I want this too. Just kept finding stuff. This little cat and mouse, has a mouse down here. Wind chime, kind of like a cowbell wind chime. Oh my God, it looks so old. So rustic, so cute. This thing, which is like a little tea light holder, but I got it because, of course, there's a cat on it, and this looks definitely older. Carson something USA, made in Pennsylvania. I just freaking loved that. She had like $1 on all of her stuff, so totally fine with that. And then she had a bunch of jewelry, which I thought was so cute. A lot of it was so freaking cute. This belt buckle, so freaking cool. Just $1 on that. Has like a little Native American on there. And then this, a lot of these I'll probably be taking to my antique booth too. I'm not gonna have a lot of jewelry there, but I thought these were so cute. So vintage looking. Look at all these pretty glass looking beads. This one, oh my gosh, look at how beautiful those flowers are. Literally $1 on all of these. This has hearts with the flowers. It looks like blown glass. Like really, it is so freaking cute. And then, lastly, this is the last thing. Oh wait, here's another one. Kind of bright, I'm so sorry, but look at that. Look at those beads. So freaking cute. And then lastly, I saw this at the very end and I'm like, oh, well, I gotta get that too. And it was only $1. Oh my word. I cannot. So these home decor items I will be taking to my antique booth, which I will be going in like a week. I'm nervous. I'm excited. But thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I have about 30 minutes to spare before I have to go to that guy's vintage shop. It's called Persian Cat Vintage if you're in Pennsylvania. He actually has 2 locations, one in Columbia where I am right now and then one in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. I've been to his Elizabethtown location but not the Columbia one, which is actually kind of funny because the Columbia one's close to my house. But I met him through markets. But anyway, that is my next plan. I'm gonna just, I guess, chill here for a little bit because I'm pretty sure that his shop is like right up the road. And I don't know what this guy's doing. Oh, he's coming to meter the thing. So I just moved up the road to a different spot that doesn't have meters. That's actually so funny because as I was getting out earlier, I said, oh, I heard the meter maids are really bad around here. And there he came. He was in fact looking at the license plates to make sure that they paid the meters. I'm guessing that you can only do contactless pay. You can't put coins in there. Freaking weird. Like, why not? So I just moved up the road where there's no meters. And I guess I'm gonna hang out here for a couple minutes until I go up to that guy's vintage shop. This looks like a sketchy ass abandoned, maybe not abandoned, apartment building. I don't know. I'm here, but I don't know how to get in. The best. So I just got done in Ben's store. I ended up buying 2 sweaters that you saw. I mistakenly tried them on. The cardigan, to die for. So soft, so chunky. The fruit sweater, to die for. So there's actually a thrift store right up the road that he told me about that apparently does $5 fill-a-bag sales. So I'm gonna go check that out now. It's almost noon, you guys. I really have to get back to my town, get some photographing done. I really need to go to Aldi as well, go to the grocery store. What a day so far. So here it is. Literally on the same road as his shop. So we will see how this goes. I'm very curious. Fill a bag. Thank you so much. It's a little janky, unfortunately. That's freaking cute. I don't know about where y'all live, but this wind has been vicious. Like, so freaking windy. You could tell by that flag. Like, if it wasn't so windy, I swear it would not be that bad out. Like, the sun is gorgeous, but the wind is killer. But I just finished up in there. I tried to get some clips inside. I'm pretty sure I showed you everything that I ended up picking up. And all of those things was $5. Literally, you just fill the bag for $5. And I'm like, okay. And Pennsylvania does not tax on clothing. So it was literally $5 and I got 12, maybe 13 items. So I paid about 50 cents per item. Now I'm gonna go home, but I'm actually gonna end the video here, you guys. It has been a chaotic day. My phone is about to die and I really need to go home and get some work done. It is now 12:31 in the morning. 12:31 in the afternoon. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna eat some lunch. I think I'm actually gonna stop at Aldi quick on my way home as well. I really gotta get some photographing done. I might end up doing some photographs this weekend. Tomorrow I have a baby shower to go to, so it won't be happening tomorrow. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I think I'm gonna be doing more of these vlog style videos in the future. Definitely let me know down below what you think of them. I've really been enjoying just kind of hanging out with you guys throughout my day. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Thank you.